Let me start off by you answering a question for me. Since when has it been okay that Uber Eats can turn around if I accept an offer that they can turn around even before I get to the restaurant? I can cancel the order, but I get penalized and possibly get deactivated. However, if I accept an offer and customer downsizes my tip, that still becomes okay. Because in my mind, it doesn't. And that's why I am hot and heavy about this video. Recently, I got tip baited on Uber Eats. And it's not about the money principle. And I'm not going to put the blame on the client. Reason why? I don't know my client's scenario. What if this recession has hit that client so badly, they went into Uber Eats, they pressed an order, and they didn't know that it was a percentage-based tip and they truly couldn't afford it on a credit card. Maybe they just wanted to give themselves that one meal that they knew that they can afford, but it was within a budget. But I'm not okay with Uber turning around and penalizing us even before we get to the restaurant. But when it comes to I accepted the offer under this condition and that's the amount that I'm getting paid, that they don't fulfill it because a customer tip baits me? No, that needs to stop right now. So what I ended up doing after I did let the agent know that I recorded the conversation is I recorded the conversation that went down between me and Uber Eats alongside a manager. And this way I can help out more of you lovelies when it comes to getting your tip back by Uber Eats. But I want you to know, passing the blame onto the customer is not going to change the outcome. Why? Because Uber's still not going to give a damn and they're still going to pay us exactly what ended up happening versus making the change by contacting support. Now, of course, you're going to start off with verifications. So we're going to listen to the recording right now to see how I went through the verification steps and then which department I led off with. So let's go ahead and listen to the recording.
Bonjour, merci d'avoir appelé l'assistance téléphonique Uber. Nous allons vous mettre en relation avec un agent.
For English, press 2.
Please note this call will be recorded for quality and training purposes. Now, please tell us how I can help you today.
Missing earnings.
I understand you are calling about missing trips. Is the trip completely missing from your earnings activity? Or, you do see all your trips, but just that the total amount earned is incorrect?
Total amount earned is incorrect.
Okay, payment support. Please stay on the line, and we will connect you to the next available team member.
Hi, I'm just going to start off by saying as much as you guys have your calls recorded for quality and training purposes, I am also recording this call for awareness for other drivers that are going through the same thing as I am. So my name is Ashley, and what else did you need from me?
Your date of birth, please. Thank you so much for that information, Ashley. How can I help you today?
So I completed a trip over an hour and a half ago, and originally the offer was, it was two different offers that came in to make it a double stacked order for $16.22. However, after all earnings are tallied and done, I only received $12.53 because one of the clients went back in and altered my tip down to $1. Now, the reason why I'm calling is because we oblige by a contract with Uber that when we accept these offers, we are doing these deliveries based on this offer. So it's not fair to me that a tip was revoked. When I checked my surveys, I still have 100% satisfaction rates. I have no complaint against me. So I want Uber to fix this matter because I don't deserve that as a primary driver.
And also, I do apologize for the huge inconvenience that was happened regarding on this specific delivery. But no worries, since you got me on the line, I'll be more than happy to assist you and take a look on that specific delivery. Can you just please verify to me the date and time? Just only the time for that delivery so I can check here?
Yeah, of course. I want you to know I'm not mad at you. Last time I called about a situation like this, Uber refused to do anything, and I told myself if this happens again, I'm going to do something about it because it's just not fair. This is my primary source of income, and if we cancel an order, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I cancel an order after I've accepted it, I can get penalized on my cancellation rates, correct?
Yes.
It's the exact same thing. There should be consequences, or at least Uber paying the difference if a customer, what we call tip baits, and I did nothing wrong. So I did the regular. I gave the authentication. Now, if you also realized, I told the agent I was recording the conversation, but as well, I told her that I wanted her to know this was not at all her fault. It is not the clientele's issue about my problem that's happening with Uber Eats. Now, let's proceed to see how I also discussed more about the situation that happened with Uber. So the order was at 12:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you so much for that one. So this is regarding about like the tip, right?
Yes, I know it was tip baited. The first tip came in at $1, and then the second tip came in at $5 and change. And I'm very confident it was the order that was for the sushi shop. It originally came in at $8 and change for 5 kilometers, and I was hesitating on even taking that offer because it would go out of the market of the restaurants. But I accepted it hoping that Uber would give me an additional order, and they did. I got the $7 for 3 kilometers more, so I was happy with that. But then I turned around and we're having this conversation now.
Okay. So let me just go ahead and take a look on this specific tip.
Yeah.
So originally, how much are you supposed to be receiving? How much tip you supposed to be receiving on this one?
The additional that's missing is $3.69. If I count the difference, it was supposed to be $16.22 and now it's $12.53.
So it's $3 and
69 cents.
69 cents. This is the missing money, right?
Yeah. It's the principle that these things need to stop happening. My earnings today are like super low because offers are really low, so it's the principle.
So when the time do you accept the trip? When the time that you accept the trip, how much you supposed to be receiving once you completed it?
$16.22.
$16.22.
Yes.
But then the only money that you receive is around $12, right?
$12.53 finalized after tips. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. So, like, you wanted to process like a adjustment for this specific delivery since you're supposed to be receiving $16.22, right?
Yeah, it's not my fault the customer went against the contract that they obliged to. Well, I obliged to it. I did the order, everything was fine, dropped it off in the delivery bag, took the picture, everything.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. So let me just go ahead and investigate this specific trip. Is it okay if I place this call on hold for a quick 1 to 2 minutes? Please stay on the line.
Yes, please, go ahead. And so basically after explaining the scenario, she explained to me that she's from the payments department and she can't help. So what she did is she forwarded me to the management department. Now, sadly, after about 12 minutes in with the management department, this is what ended up happening.
Okay, don't worry, Ashley. So, could I put you on hold for no longer than 2 minutes so I can verify this information?
Sure, but before you do that, because I already spent 12 minutes with the previous rep before she transferred, is the compensation adjustment something that you can do, or do I have to speak to a manager to get that done?
I'm going to say that because probably we're going to connect you with the manager, but for the payment department amount, because he don't see exactly.
I just spoke with the payment department.
Regards the situation. Okay, I know that part, but we cannot do it here in this area.
Okay.
Anything regarding, but I'm going to see what we can do. So just give me 2 minutes hold. So I'm going to verify the situation. Okay?
Can you just transfer me straight to a manager, because I've been 16 minutes now. I've already wasted enough stress and time trying to get this fixed up. If you can't help me, if the payment department can't help me, if you guys can't compensate the difference for a customer that is simply telling agents or drivers, whatever you want to categorize us as, that, hey, we'll pay you more to come to my address, and it's a lie, then I just want a manager so that they can resolve this. You don't have to waste more of your time. you can just simply transfer me to a manager. Now, because we were already pretty long into this whole conversation, I wanted to get things established. I don't want to be wasting more time. So after she got transferred from me to the manager, this is exactly how this conversation went down.
Of course, that's really understandable, and I feel so sad that you have this experience right here. And yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much for providing that information. We might really check this kind of concern that we receive from you, as we have, of course, we have also a discussion for the concern that we are receiving from the driver, most especially from you guys who are providing or delivering food. I really appreciate your time as well trying to complete this order. Though what I'm trying to do here is that I did try to make an adjustment into this completed trips. Just making sure I have it here. You accepted this order at around 12.
That's right.
This day. Let's see. Yes.
12:03.
That's the thing. Yes, and that's the trip that I'm trying to make an adjustment. So what I'm gonna do here, since the system does not really allow me to do so, because it's already been approved and calculated, I'm gonna go ahead process an extra $20 to your earnings right here in a form of miscellaneous, just to compensate what you have experienced today.
I appreciate that. So it's a little reassuring to know that if a customer keeps on doing it and we keep on reporting it, the pattern gets picked up and they get blocked. The problem with this is that we're not contacting us support a lot because we're always saying to ourselves, it's just $2, it's just $3. It's a matter of principle. You're entitled to what you accepted. Unless you badly screwed up an order and you made them wait, you didn't care, etc., then yeah, there's a difference between tips being revoked because of the way how we behaved versus tips being revoked for nothing. But what we need to stop doing is ganging up on these customers and blaming them when we don't actually know what's happening with them. Don't get me wrong, there are some bad seeds of clients. I get that. But at the end of the day, are we working for the client or are we working for Uber? I'm working for Uber underneath their company name, and because of that, I want them to pay up the difference. So I hope this actually helps you when it comes to speaking with support, getting your tip back, and understanding that we gotta start calling a lot more, and when we do, we gotta make sure that Uber understands. We understand that if we cancel an order, we get penalized, but if I complete an order and I've done nothing wrong, that they should pay up too. And I'll catch you lovelies in the next video.